Our Nation, today I want to share with you $3 million ideas that you can take into the next year and win, grow, and scale your business. So I've spent the last 15 years bootstrapping businesses from the ground up. I've exited two, but I've also dumped millions of dollars down the toilet learning these lessons. So let me share these three with you today. And if we haven't met, my name is Andy Smith, and I'm a serial entrepreneur in the blue collar space, building blue collar ventures alongside blue collar founders. I just love that blue collar sort of mentality because I grew up in that, and that's what I was raised in, and that's what we're going to take into the future. So here are the three lessons. First, growing too quickly. So in my very first venture, we took off and started growing after about year 3. And what we found is that it gets really hard because processes get hard, people get hard, systems aren't in place, and you really start to grow so fast that you are outgrowing your systems and you're outgrowing the infrastructure that you put in place. And so we had to then go and start building the systems and building the infrastructure while we were growing our business. And it was really, really hard. So the thing I encourage all blue collar founders to do now, whether it's a startup or whether you've hit that growth phase, is to start putting the systems, the processes, which I hate that word process. So let's call it playbooks, the systems, the playbooks, and the infrastructure to be able to grow brick by brick so that you're ready. And so what's an example of that? Well, an example might be a procedure around hiring. An example might be a playbook for how you as the founder want to spend your day and operate around you. Because as a founder, you should be hiring people who support and free you up to do and live your best life. And so you have a superpower. Whatever that superpower is, find folks who can take away the task that you don't want to be doing yourself. It's really that simple. And that's how you can continue to grow, is by freeing up your time by putting people and playbooks and systems and automation these days in place. We didn't have that back then, in place to be able to handle the growth as your business is scaling up, growing up, and going from there. Okay, so the second thing that I think is really, really important for us founders is to not get complacent. We can be content where we are. I think there's some value in that. But when we get complacent, we get where we're bored, and it's the silent killer. And when you find yourself starting to wander into new habits, wandering into new areas, trying new things, spending less time in the business, think about that word complacency. Have you become complacent? Have you become bored? Because businesses can run on autopilot, and lifestyle businesses are great. And those are fantastic if you have other passions. But if you're finding yourself being outside the business and the business is starting to struggle, the people are starting to lose their strings, the people are starting to get out of the play, get away. I'm seeing these things jumping on my screen. Then we know that we have hit a place of complacency. And so I did it in my ventures. I exited a business and I immediately went and started doing Ironmans. And it was a way to take away time that I had in the day, because ambitious, driven founders, entrepreneurs, business owners are used to doing and thinking all of the time. And so we've got to fill that void with something in our life. And so I found triathlons because it was hard and it was a challenge. And it was something I'd never done before. But other people find good things and other people find bad things. But what the adverse effect of that is, we see our businesses starting to decline. The people in our businesses get frustrated because they're not the founder. They're not the one who built this business. And so if you find yourself getting complacent, don't worry. Simply find a way to start growing yourself so that you can then be challenged and focused on the things that you want to be doing for your business. And if your business can run without you, fantastic. That's the ultimate goal for all of us. And then we can live our best lives. And that may be other businesses. For me right now, that's starting new businesses. But it may also be spending time with your family, it may also be spending time in a new hobby. That's okay. But just know that it could adversely impact your business. And if you see and feel complacent and bored inside your business and it starts to decline, know that that's a time that you either have to put some systems in place or level up yourself to be able to continue to grow. People need you. You're the founder. All right, the very third thing and last lesson I want to share as we take these into the new year is one of being resistant to change. I've always thought that an amazing superpower that we can choose to have is being open-minded to new ideas. So there's this thing coming called a silver tsunami, and that's 55 and up business owners are about to be retiring. Baby boomers are about to be retiring. And this silver tsunami is this disruption that's coming to impact businesses. And I know business owners who will spend their entire lives building up a business, giving back to the employees, giving back to their families, loving on their children. And then they just simply don't know what to do with the business if the kids don't want it. And so they will go in on the very last day, they'll turn the light off, they'll lock the door, they'll retire, and their business is just left to sink. And it doesn't have to be that way. I think there are ways for us. I'm in the middle. So I'm a 45, at the time I'm shooting this, 45-year-old blue collar founder, and I'm at the middle. I remember the days where we had to get up to go change the TV station because we didn't have a remote. I also know there are days where email, AI, and it's all happening. So there's an old school methodology, old school system, old school mentality, old school way of working that we have the opportunity to then add on new school methods, new school tools. And if we can do that, and if we're open-minded to doing that, we can take our businesses to new levels. There is an exciting group of blue collar founders who want to get and help your business. You just have to be open-minded to allowing a different way of thinking, a new way of thinking, not a better way, just a different way of thinking and mindset versus what has worked in the past, because this world is changing so fast. Business is changing so fast, and it is just mind-boggling, all of the stuff that's happening, all of the distractions, and there's some good in all of this. But I think as blue collar founders, we've got to be more than tech founders. Tech founders are used to these kinds of change. Blue collar founders aren't so much. And so if we can take just a mindset twitch to open-mindedness versus resistance to change, and that's hard, I think we will be able to take our businesses in directions we never even saw. All right, friends, if we haven't met, my name is Andy Smith, founded and exited multiple businesses. I love the blue collar space. I love manufacturing, construction, mining. I love all of these businesses, energy, oil and gas, because I've spent my time in them. And if you are a blue collar founder, I salute you. I hope these 3 lessons that I've learned over the years, spent $1 million of money throwing down the drain. But I think it's most important that we share this with others and that we remember that if you grow too quickly, you need the systems in place. If you find yourself getting complacent and bored, make sure your business is able to run without you, because if it depends on you and you're stepping away, that impact is going to adversely impact your business and also your employees. And finally, friends, be open-minded. I think that is going to be the unlock for us in the future. All right, friends, let me know how I can help you. Andy Smith, Life on all platforms. I've wrote a little bit about this on LinkedIn, so you can find that as well. And just want to say, let's take our businesses into the new year ready, healthy, and excited to remember why we started those businesses, why we got into this, and remember that it can be fun and we can have the impact. We can have the impact, and we can make infinite impact, which is impact beyond those that we touch, but more after that. And I think that's the real value that you and I are here for. All right, friends, keep fighting. Appreciate you. Let's win this fight.